It's official. Jordan Schakel has shot the lights out on campus, so that's the good news for the Aztecs. Shooting 75% from three, a big reason we're off to the start we are. He's been sensational shooting the ball, and the unnoticed thing is his defense has gotten much, much better. So that makes a coach happy. Obviously, the win at BYU was hard fought, showed us a little bit of the character of the team, coming from down 9 in the second half, finding a way to fight hard enough to escape with a victory in Provo, which we all know is a tough thing to do. Now the task at hand is to get ready for a very good Grand Canyon team. And early in the year, I know they're 0-2, but having watched all three of their games, exhibition game and their 2 regular season games, their record does not reflect the talent and the coaching they have. It's going to be a very tough game, and one that we're going to have to play well to win tomorrow night in Viejas.
What's the difference in Jordan now from Jordan a year ago this week?
I think his confidence just keeps going up. It's all confidence and swagger, you know. He shot the ball last year for us. I think he shot 40% from 3. So it'll be tough to improve on that. But right now he's shooting 75% from 3. And the byproduct of that will be defenses will extend out to find him quicker, and it'll open the floor up for other players to have success attacking off the dribble. So you take one thing away, as a coach, we have to find what the advantage will be if they're out there extended on Jordan all game. And hopefully that will open the floor up for some of our other players to have avenues to attack to the basket.
You played Grand Canyon twice before, got swept by them. A lot of people thought, well, that's a series you won't renew, yet you renewed it. What were the reasoning behind it?
Yeah, obviously Grand Canyon has beaten us the 2 times we played them, and costly lost the first year. We won the conference, and that was a non-conference loss. It probably was one of the reasons it kept us out of the NCAA tournament. But I'm not in favor of flying multiple time zones to play games, you know, so it's an easy trip. It's an hour trip. So the travel is easy. The game is not easy. So obviously we have them at our place. We have to find a way to hold home court, and then we know what the atmosphere is going to be there a year from now. We've already experienced once. So they've got a great home court advantage, and hopefully we share the same one and are able to get a victory tomorrow night.
You obviously, as coaches, particularly you and Dave, went through those 2 losses. I think only one player, I think Nolan might have been the only player who played in those games, or at least in one of them. How do you impart to your players, you know, how big a deal this is for you guys to get another shot at them?
Obviously, you know, we can go back to past experience and say they've beaten us 2 in a row. And both hard-fought games. I think, as I remember back, as coaches, the sin of coaching is you always remember the losses more than the wins. So I think we had Winston on a drive at the end of the first Grand Canyon game. He missed a layup attacking to the basket. I think that might have been the game. And then at their place was a very close, hard-fought game. Zylan Cheatham played a magnificent game, but we couldn't close down the stretch, and they made a lot of really big three-point shots from guys that back then we didn't think were great three-point shooters, but they stepped up on the occasion and made shots. So it's very vivid in my mind, and so now I have to relay that to the players and say that this is going to be a battle, and that that's a nice thing of having an experienced team. You know, they've been through these games before where records don't reflect talent on a team, and that by the end of the year, Grand Canyon is going to be very, very good. They have 2 players that are not playing, maybe 3 the first semester. They'll all be eligible second semester. So we've got them a little short-handed, and we have to take advantage of that.
On Saturday, you had Malachi Flynn go off in that first half and Jordan in that second half. What was that like to see both of them really go off against BYU?
Yeah, Malachi had a really good first half and really a game. He was the one. Most of Jordan's baskets are coming from Malachi assists. So they room together. They have a great chemistry about them, and Malachi finds Jordan when he's open. So that's a big part to Jordan's success is Malachi's ability to find him. Obviously, we have other pieces. We attacked to the basket and didn't finish a lot of shots. I thought we had a chance to finish at the rim. Although with the verticality, bigs jumping up in the air and being vertical, there's contact, but it's not illegal contact. And so you have to finish through contact if you're going to be a good player. And we have to find a way to finish through contact on some of these plays.
Brian, when Grand Canyon first kind of went Division I, there was a huge uproar about profit for universities. and a lot of people didn't want to schedule them. Has that landscape changed now?
Yeah, I think now that they're obviously in the WAC and had great success and they're a quality opponent. So you know at the end of the year, resume-wise, it's going to be a good win if you can get one. So they've done a great job, and everyone knows how hard it is to play in there. I know coaches have come out and said it's one of the hardest environments they've ever played in when you play at GCU. So we know it's a really good opponent, and they're well coached. Dan Marley's a really good coach, and he has more set plays in than I do right now, that's for sure. So they're tough to scout because they have a lot of one-time plays they'll run once in the game, had success with them. But as a coach, you have to decide how much you're going to prepare for in practice. So there are going to be things that we know they're going to run that we just don't have the time to prepare for. So Dan's done a good job of getting his team ready offensively. And obviously, they're only playing 6-man deep. So that's a bit of a challenge for him. So we've got to find a way to keep the tempo up on them where maybe we can wear them down a little bit.
Jordan, talk about the win on Saturday at BYU.
It was a great win for us. We knew it was going to be a tough game. We knew the history that game had for us. We knew what happened the last time San Diego State went in there, and we just really prepared hard and trusted each other, and we were able to come out with the win.
When you heard the NCAA was thinking about extending the three-point line, what were your initial thoughts? Did you welcome it? Did you think, man, I got to go further out? What did you think?
My first reaction was how easy I saw people in international being able to shoot the three out there. In the summer, I tried to extend my range, so I kind of welcomed the challenge. It's also a challenge for everyone else too, so I feel like it was an opportunity to see who's really working on their game and who's not. And I know we have a lot of guys that are working on their game, so I welcome that challenge.
Let me just ask KJ this. Coach talked about people aren't going to leave you now. Not that they were necessarily trying to leave you in the second half, but it may push the defense out and open up some driving lanes. Do you expect that, and how as a team do you have to capitalize on that?
I definitely expect that, although I don't think teams are really leaving me before. I think we just the point guards, Malachi, KJ, Trey, were doing a good job of giving me the ball when I was open, the small chances that I was open. But I hope that they deny me or whatever. It'll open up a lot of gaps for the talent we have, and it'll just be harder for defenses to guard us.
What do you know about Grand Canyon? What have the coaches told you, and how aware are you of kind of the history with this team and them beating you guys a couple times?
I definitely know about the history. When I committed, I watched the last time we played them at Grand Canyon, and I just know how hard they play, the intensity they play with, especially at their building. But we definitely know what type of game this is. It's going to be a dogfight, and we're ready for the challenge.
Jordan, how important was it to rebound on Saturday, even despite you couldn't get some of those layups that you guys wanted?
We knew we had to rebound at an extremely high level because it was one of their weaknesses with Childs being out. We knew we had to take advantage of that, them playing a smaller lineup, because we knew that when we had our bigs in there, they were going to be able to spread us out on offense and get open threes. So we just need to rebound at a high level.
Finally got that win at Marriott Center. What did that feel like to finally get the W and kind of the way you guys were able to do it?
It just felt like a dream come true. Just like I talked about before the game, I knew they were going to go on a run, and I knew that they were going to have a time in the game where it felt like, we couldn't come back. But just like I said, it was our first test as a team, and I feel like we passed it. We stayed together. Credit to Jordan for getting hot, and Malachi for finding me on that three, and Matt Mitchell for hitting those big threes and big free throws. So I feel good coming out of that W.
Coach was talking about, obviously play Grand Canyon next, and a little bit of history with you weren't part of it. Most of this team wasn't part of it. What do you know about these games against them?
We just know that they're dangerous, and coming off a big W, it's easy for teams to rest and feel like we've arrived. And Coach has been preaching, to stay humble, and that winning comes with being humble and not arrogance. And we just need to take every opponent seriously. Each 5 or 6 guys in our rotation could really go and score the ball. So we have to come out ready to play. This is just as big as a game as BYU. So I feel like we're ready, really well prepared. we'll prepare for one more day today, and we'll get the ball rolling tomorrow.
Do you know anybody on their team?
No.
KJ, during that second half, what was the mentality like to be kind of like losing the deficit but being able to come back from that deficit?
We showed in the first half that we can control the game and we could play our game away from home, and we just had to get back to what we do, which was sharing the ball and making the right plays. And we went through a little lull where everybody tried to kind of take over. Mal tried to take over, I tried to take over, just taking quick shots, and that's not what we do. So during timeouts, Coach told us to calm down and stay together, and that's what we did, and the results were on our side that day.
Coach talked about with Jordan shooting the way he has the first two games, people aren't going to leave him, but that also opens the floor. For someone like you, what does that mean, and how do you have to take advantage of that?
I just have to go out there and keep playing my game. As each game goes by, I get more and more comfortable on the floor and with my team. Games aren't like practice, but I just hope that I could show what I'm doing in practice and bring that on to the real game. So I just have to keep at it and just keep pressing and keep pushing and stay confident, knowing that shots will begin to fall, plays will begin to start getting completed, and everybody else will just rise to the occasion as the season goes along.
You think with the floor that's spread a little bit more, you get more chances at the rim, and that's one area that you as a team struggle?
Yes, definitely. With teams spreading the floor, just with the guards and talent that we have, things are only going to come together as the season goes along. We just have to stay patient and stay together, knowing that we're just like every other team starting the year off. We've been playing against each other for about 2-3 months now, so we're finally seeing different faces and they're giving us different looks. So it's not going to be as easy as practice is now that you've grown accustomed to knowing what you're going to go against. So it's just an adjustment period, and it's early in the year, and it's a marathon and not a sprint. So you can't get too ahead, you can't get too high, you can't get too low. You just got to keep a steady pace and go at your own pace and try and do the best that you can.
KJ, thank you very much.
No problem.